Patrick was 8-0. Not that he can control what's happening on the other side of it, but this is going to be a win for Aidan O'Connell and this Raiders team.
What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers, and please hit that bell so you're notified every time I drop brand new content. And please like this video. The last few videos, you guys have been really killing it, so let's try to get this video at least to 200 likes. And also, please leave me a comment. I'll definitely respond to you guys. Well, Raider Nation, we're already 1 week into free agency, and I would like to think that the Raiders have made the best moves regarding chasing the Chiefs. I think the Raiders are the biggest threat in the AFC West to dethrone the Chiefs as the division champs. We all know what the Broncos are doing in trading away their players. They have already traded Jerry Jeudy. They released Justin Simmons. And it is being rumored that they're willing to move on from Patrick Surtain. So keep a lookout on the Broncos. They are in downright rebuild mode. I personally think that Sean Payton is overrated. Other than that one Super Bowl he won with the New Orleans Saints, he hasn't done anything else. Yes, he got cheated out of a call against the Rams in that NFC Championship, but nevertheless, he hasn't done anything else since then, since winning that Super Bowl. So I would like to think that Sean Payton is just a little bit overrated. He's a little cocky. He reminds me a lot of our ex-head coach in John Gruden, just winning one Super Bowl and really never doing anything else. You know, being that cocky coach who yells at his players on national television, has a certain demeanor around him, and the players don't like playing for him. You know, the fans in Denver don't like Sean Payton. So like I said, I would like to think that the Broncos are the doormat of this AFC West division. They're also paying Russell Wilson $40 million to play for another team. Russell Wilson is taking a cap hit of $80 million from the Broncos cap this year. That is the most in NFL history that a team is playing one single player to not play for their team. That's crazy, guys. Now, as far as the Chargers are unleashing as well. They have traded away their star receiver in Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has been with the Chargers for 13 years, and they traded him to the Chicago Bears for a 4th round pick. And they also outright released Mike Williams, a great receiver, a possession receiver, a great 50-50 ball catch guy that could just never really stay healthy. He never played a full season with the Chargers. That I could see coming. I knew they would release him, but nevertheless, I think the Chargers are also in rebuild mode. You know, they got a new coach in Jim Harbaugh, and when a new coach comes to a team, he likes to bring in his own players. He doesn't like to keep all the star players because he won't get all the credit if that team succeeds. So, just like every other coach does, he released Mike Williams and he traded Keenan Allen. And it was set that he was willing to trade away Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, but both of those guys restructured their deals and they're set to stay with the team. Now, as far as Justin Herbert, he ain't going anywhere. I would like to think he's the second best quarterback in this division behind Patrick Mahomes, but we all know defenses are what wins championships. And that's exactly why I would like to think that the Raiders pose the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs. We were the last team to beat the Chiefs since winning their Super Bowl, and we beat them on Christmas Day in Arrowhead. That was one of the better games I have seen as a Raider fan from our team play in a very long time. We played sounded football that game. We corralled Patrick Mahomes. We did not let him have his way against our defense. We straight up played bully ball against the Kansas City Chiefs that day. And since the new year has started as of last week, the Raiders have only improved in adding Christian Wilkins. We also re-signed some of our players in Andre James, Adam Butler, and we also re-signed John Jenkins. So our defense is staying intact as a whole. We haven't really lost any players other than Bilal Nichols. So by adding Christian Wilkins, I would like to think that our defense improved in the last week. And that is exactly why I think our team is the biggest threat to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West. Whether it be Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, it doesn't matter who's starting that quarterback. Shoot, AOC started last game against the Chiefs and he didn't complete a pass after the first quarter, and we ran the ball down their throats and we played smash mouth football and we played physical defense, which in the end we beat the Chiefs. We sat on the ball 4 straight times and we never gave the ball back to Patrick Mahomes. We got to be in victory formation and Patrick Mahomes was crying like a little girl on the sideline as we sat on that ball. So like I said, Raider Nation, I think we're the most improved team on this division. You know, the other two teams in the Denver Broncos and the Chargers, those teams are in rebuild mode. We're reloading. Yes, I know we're sitting at the 13th overall pick, and now that the Bears have traded away Justin Fields to the Steelers, it is set that they're going to go after Caleb Williams with the first overall pick. And as far as the Washington Commanders, they're now trading away the second overall pick. They're going to get Jaden Daniels. So the top two quarterbacks are off the board. So with that being said, I don't want the Raiders to move up in the draft. I think they're okay at 13. If anything, I think we should trade back and accumulate more picks, because right now we should get the best player available, whether that be Byron Murphy, the defensive tackle out of Texas, or go get us the top rated offensive tackle, because we know we need an offensive tackle and we need an offensive guard. We need to shore up that right side of the line. You know, we didn't have a great rushing attack last year. We were damn near the bottom. So we need to improve that offensive line so we can run the ball better, because Zeus ain't going to do a damn thing if we can't run behind a great line. But as far as our defense, it is set that the Raiders are set to interview Tre'Davious White this week, which I don't like. Why can't we go after Xavier Howard? Tre'Davious White hasn't played a full season since his rookie year. So I would like to stay away from him. You know, unless he comes at a bargain price, but there's too many corners out there available to go after this guy. But nevertheless, I think our Raiders are the best threat to dethrone the Chiefs. We have the best defense in the division. I think our defense is better than the Chiefs. Other than Chris Jones and Ladarius Sneed, the Chiefs don't have that great of a defense. Yes, I know they have another great corner, and they let go of Willie Gay. He became a free agent, signed with another team. So I would like to think that the Raiders have the best defense. We have the best defensive player. I think Max Crosby is one of the better players in the league. He doesn't get enough credit. He should have been Defensive Player of the Year last year, but of course he got no votes because he's a Raider. But by adding Christian Wilkins, he is going to get a lot less double teamed. You know, he plays 98% of the snaps already. I would like to think that number is going to go down with the emergence of Malcolm Kuntz, with Tyree Wilson coming into his second season fully healthy. You know, he's going to be hell of a lot better. All that attention is not going to go to those three players now by adding Christian Wilkins. I think our defense is set to take a major leap forward next year. You know, Jack Jones is going to have a second season in Patrick Graham's system. I think our defensive backfield is going to be a hell of a lot better. Trayvon Merrick is set to have a big year next year. My dog Marcus Epps is a great safety. I expect him to take another leap this year in Patrick Graham's defense. When Josh McDaniels was the head coach, it was said that he would have his hands around that defensive playbook and wouldn't let Patrick Graham cook. And now that he got fired, and as soon as Antonio Pierce was inserted as the interim head coach, Patrick Graham took off and our defense as a whole took off. We were the top 3 in defensive sacks. We were also the least points per game allowed in that span. In the last 4 games, the Raiders went 3-1. We were the last team to beat Kansas City in their home. You know, on Christmas Day, we shocked the world that day. We gave them a nice Christmas present. We've beat all these teams in the division. Yes, I know Russell Wilson wasn't the starting quarterback for Denver when we beat them. So wasn't Justin Herbert when we put a franchise record 63 points on that defense. But Justin Herbert doesn't play defense. The Chargers defense was the team that gave up 63 points. And most of those players are still intact on that defensive side of the ball. So I expect the Raiders to challenge the Chiefs this year. I really expect us to compete. I expect the Raiders to be a wild card team. Why the hell not? With Antonio Pierce, we went 5-4. Give him a full off season. Give him a full year to bring in his type of players, his types of coaches, to insert his culture, and we're going to be a hell of a lot better. All the other teams in the division are all offensive-based coaches, not the Raiders. Mark Davis knows that it takes a defense to win a championship. And that's why we hired Antonio Pierce to play that ill-intent, violent style of football. We're bringing the Raiders style of football back to Vegas. So watch out for the Las Vegas Raiders because we're going to dethrone the Chiefs next year. That does it for this video, Raider Nation. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel. Do you think the Raiders do pose as the biggest threat in the AFC to dethrone the Chiefs? Like I said, hell yes we do. And until next time, Raider Nation, peace.